Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Cancer. So, Cancer, as usual, I'm doing your reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So, Cancer, you're coming up today as your childlike beingness, very playful, and feels like whatever you're doing, which is incredible because it's like it's very specialized. It's a type of study of experimentation that feels like you're touching like a higher knowledge, a cosmic type of knowledge, or some sort of pure wisdom, because it goes straight to your heart and not something that goes through your nerve system in terms of it's not blocked or filtered by your mind. It's almost like the way that you are dealing with these discoveries, which feels like kind of like a spontaneous teaching that you are. It's like you're peeking through the veil. You are uncovering what's on the other side of the veil. You are, going to higher dimensions, and you are experimenting with the tools that you have. And it's almost like the more you learn, the more you are instigated to know more, or to search for more information and experiment more. It's almost like I'm seeing you as an alchemist, or maybe I should say an apprentice to become an alchemist, because the way that you're showing, it's like there is a certain teacher in a sense, although the teacher is not necessarily a person. It could be, but here I'm not seeing that. It's almost like just your desire to know more is the teacher. You see, it's like it's teaching you. There is no, it's like the teacher is not personified, although it's coming here through as the magician. So maybe you can be, seeing yourself as the magician's apprentice to become like an expert in, dealing with alchemy and magic and consciousness, and, this, it's like this perfect blending of elements, and how to use a certain tool, a certain knowledge, your wisdom. It's like it's working in your favor, and the process for achieving this, in a sense, for like this new journey as not only like the apprentice of the magician or the apprentice of the alchemist, but like heading towards a new journey where you're going to become and apply everything that you're learning right now. So we're beginning with you showing up here as very pure-hearted. To me, the Page of Cups is one that, listens to their heart. And it's interesting. Okay, so if you've seen the Gemini reading that I posted yesterday pretty late at night, not at night, but at the end of the day, the first card that came for Gemini was the Queen of Cups, and it was talking about, Gemini needing to listen to their heart. And it's interesting because here it's another Cups card, and I'm just referencing back to Gemini because the second card for Gemini, as it is coming for you too, Cancer, is the Temperance card. But it's coming with a very different meaning, because for Gemini, it was talking about replenishing themselves. It was talking about self-nourishment, self-care, self-love, a moment for them to take a break from their responsibilities, from their tasks. For you, Cancer, I feel like this is talking about this experimentation. It's like what I'm seeing here is like with your playful self. It's like you have this playful approach towards something that is incredibly like the level of expertise, the level of higher knowledge is so big. It's like, it's like you're dealing with a type of wisdom that, very few people are able to experiment with in a very playful way. It's almost like for you, it's kind of like, oh, let's just play with this. Let's just see how it works. Let's just see how this alchemy works. And it's fun for you. It's something that is natural in a sense. It's like this childlike self, which is so spontaneous and so carefree. And it's like you're not scared or how do I say, intimidated by the amount of wisdom that you are touching when you are experimenting with this. And I feel like the more you do, the more you experiment, is like the more you want to discover. This Magician card coming next, and actually it came through upside down and I turned it upright and the message was not flowing. It's interesting because, you know, to me, this Magician, when it's upright, it's almost like it's keeping things under his hat. It's like it's keeping things unseen. It's almost like preventing us from seeing through the veil. And, you know, whenever I see this upside down image, it's almost like I'm seeing here, this is the veil and this is like the lens of a camera that is speaking through the veil and reaching for the stars, you see? So it's like you are playing with elements, with maybe this is all emotional, you know, your own emotions are the ingredients for this alchemy, for this experimentation. But because you are so lighthearted, because you're so it's like this eagerness to just play with it, right? It's like it's not like you have any second intentions, or, you know, it's almost like you just want to experiment with it. And because of that, it's like the more you play with it, the more you experiment, the more you want to learn, the more you want to go further, the more you want to, you know, reach to the other side and see what's there, see what you're going to find. And it's like having like small glimpses, I want to say, of what is on the other side, of what you're capable to do with this experimentation, of what is this higher knowledge that you're gaining access to by just playing with it. It's like, it's almost like you have no idea what you're going to find, or, you know, what this is going to lead you to. But I feel like the more you go, the more you investigate in a playful kind of way, without any fear, without any intimidation, without any hesitation. It's almost like you know, following the breadcrumbs of the stars in a sense. It's like the stars are inviting you to come to the other side, but it's all a game for you, because, and you know, a game that is entertaining and very appealing, right? It's like it's something that is fun for you. It's like it keeps you nourished, but also like wanting more, or maybe just wanting to see if you blend this with that, and, you know, like this wide range of different knowledge, of different information, you see. But I feel like the first time that you peek through the veil, that you go to the other side, that you have this first glance of these stars, it's like, you know, the very first glimpses of what is on the other side. I feel like the first impression, it's almost like going through this tunnel where everything is so black. It's like this pitch black that you don't see anything. So which is interesting, because it's like there is this like this, it's almost like there is this universal power, you know, coming from the other side of the cosmos, other side of the veil, that is enticing to you, that is calling you, that is, well, the Temperance can be, you know, this calling, but it's almost like it's like you don't see any danger in it, you don't see anything that is alarming in it, but you are, with the Eight of Swords coming next, you are going through this dark tunnel. So, but there's nothing that is really sticking with you. It's like it's like you're not fearful of the darkness, even though you have to go through the darkness to reach the stars in a sense. And so I feel like it's this blending, which is what you are experimenting with. And maybe you are so playful and so carefree about this higher knowledge that you are acquiring that you're not even realizing how powerful it is in conducting you through this, through this trip to the other side. That, in order to go there, you have to go through darkness first. But because you're so, it's like your heart is so pure, Cancer, that your desire to learn, your desire to experiment and play with this new knowledge is overcoming the fear. It's almost like there is no way that the darkness will turn you or turn against you or will scare you away. It's like, no matter how much the darkness tries to create the resistance and block you and, keep this veil shut from you, it's like you have this special lens, or maybe you have, the backing of the magician. It's like, as I said, it's like the magician can be coming through as a teacher, as a professor, as a master, as a guru, as however you want to see it. But I'm seeing it more like the universe giving you the tools, giving you the special lens so that you can pierce through that veil, no matter how much the darkness is creating the perfect, fearful environment to scare you away, you see? But with the Nine of Cups, it's like, this is your essence. This is your childlike, pure, innocent, carefree essence. And so being you is creating like this tunnel, which is actually, it's like this lens. It's like, so the Nine of Cups is at the same time the tunnel that is going to help you pierce through this darkness and get to the other side of the veil. But it's also like the tool. So it's like, it's like the more you experiment with what you're given, with what you find, it's like you're seeing that this is going straight to your heart. It's like, it's almost like teaching about the power of your heart, but keeping you innocent, keeping you playful, because that is going to prevent you from seeing all of the tricks that the darkness can bring to scare you away. And so this is like, it's almost like this is the perfect blending of being able to go through the darkness, go through, the scary bits, because you know that you are being guided by your pure heart, because you have learned. It's almost like, remember when I was talking about the emotions being the ingredients with which you're playing? And so because you know so much about your emotions, it's like they're acting as this tunnel, as this barrier in a sense, to back off the darkness. It's like darkness cannot reach you when you have created, or when you have learned how to use this magician's tool, in a way that is just, this is coming through as like a tunnel of love. So this is the only powerful thing that enables you, Cancer, to go through the darkness, because I feel like with the cards coming next, this is an incredible change in you, but without, it's like you're not losing what is at the core of you, which is your playful self, which is your innocent heart. So the Nine of Cups being followed by the Death and the Fool, I feel like this is pretty clear from the images, but still I'm going to translate what I'm seeing. It's like, here's the tunnel that because you have learned how to play and experiment with your emotions, you're able to get to the other side. And this is like basically the journey to transforming yourself by knowing who you are, by knowing your emotions and playing with it. It's like you're not only nurturing yourself, nurturing your emotions, but you are experimenting with it. You are seeing what each emotion is, what each tool that you have been given through this body with these emotions, and how this is incredibly transformative. Because I feel like at the end of this tunnel of love, when you reach the stars, when you reach the other side of the veil with this cosmic knowledge that feels like it's almost like the training of the temperance that maybe, you know, have been going throughout your life, because this is the card of patience also. So it's almost like maybe since you were a child, you have been experimenting playfully with your emotions in a way that it's like you didn't have a specific goal, but you know, now that you are so aware that you have reached, you know, this magician's knowledge, it's almost like I'm seeing, you know, how do you call it? It's like there is this chest of instruments and tools that the magician is opening up to you, because you have like you have done the work. And I want to say, without it feeling like work, it's feeling more so like a game. And now that you have like created this barrier of love, this bubble of love, this tunnel of love, that is, you know, directing you to this doorway of the death card. It's like, because to me, this is like, you know, once the door of the death is open, it's like there is like this before and after. And what is after is the Fool, which it's like, you know, the higher dimension, energy, frequency, essence of your pure heart. So this is basically a transformation into meeting or becoming, or you know, seeing and connecting with your higher self in a way that you have never seen before. Because it's almost like you were not trying to find yourself when you begun this process, because it was just like playing. You were just playing, you were just experimenting. Because you see here, it's like the same hat. So it's almost like, you know, the hat of the magician couldn't be upright, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to perceive what this magician was trying to show you. And so that's the reason it's almost like I'm seeing you like being like literally beckoned by the magician's power, because it's almost like the magician was giving you the tools, was giving you the ingredients, but in a way that was always meant to be fun, meant to be playful, to encourage you to keep going, you see, to face this doorway of death. And instead of being something that was going to instigate fear in you, it was also like part of this journey, part of this path that you, it's like, if it's coming from the Nine of Cups, which is a place of love, a place of your true desires, of your dreams, it's like this can only be a doorway to heaven in a sense, and not a doorway to death. You see what I mean? And so when it leads to the Fool on the other side, this is the new journey that's ahead. It's like this new level of understanding of yourself, of reality, of the cosmos. Because after all, it's like you are having this, it's like you're not only peeking through this veil and reaching the stars and seeing what's, it's almost like the secrets, the tricks of the magician. Now you are well aware of them, because now they are within you. Now you have learned how to use them. And it's like they're giving you a new level of how to walk this lifetime. It's like this new journey in a sense, but it's like, you know, it's kind of like the continuation, but just in a higher octave perhaps. It's like you will not lose the essence of your being, because you never lost it in the first place. It's like, since you were a child, you always had this, you know, pure innocence that you carried along with you. And so here it's almost like you're valuing that, you are nourishing that, you are just honoring this childlike, adventurous spirit. And it's very like playful, as I said, but in a higher octave, because you have been through this doorway, through this huge transformation. And I want to say, like, very naturally, very spontaneously, very joyful perhaps. So Cancer, I am going to pull more cards for you to see where this new adventure is leading you towards. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.